Hey Kevin, here, Fight Center LLC and PewTube. Just a quick share here. As I was putting some stuff away and getting some other props out for a rental gig, I realized, it's kind of interesting. I got multiple generations here of the same prop. Now, I've had previous videos about some of my blank firing 1911s, and frankly, Bruni is not my favorite. They're not that great a company usually, and so I've had some issues with some of these. But, here's some ones that are still working, and different generations. I don't know exactly what years these were made. Some of these were hand-me-downs or acquired through gigs or things like that. But I've been doing this for a while now, for a few decades, and so I've got some interesting examples. So on the bottom here, we have a fairly standard version that probably is what most of you are familiar with the Bruni. Now, a lot of these, they are available often in front venting version and top venting version. In this case, these are both the top vent 8mm version, which are the most common. But this one has fairly standard 1911 controls. You got the mag release on the side there, operated with the thumb, like you would with a real one. It is a single action, got a single vent hole on the top, extractor on the right. That's all pretty standard. But here we got an older one. It almost looks like a old Browning hot power or something. But look, biggest, most immediate obvious difference here is the magazine is this older sort of latch on the bottom thing instead of the magazine release. Obviously that's a little less convenient, but that said, one of the issues I had with some of the Brunis was that the magazine release would break, and that latch on the bottom is not going to break. So this might actually be a more durable, reliable version. We'll see. Still has a vent hole on the top, but look at that, the ejector's on the top, and this is kind of interesting here. So instead of the ejector on the side, the ejector's on the top. I can't remember off the top of my head if that means the round's going to go straight up instead of more to the right. It might. So we might have some differences in the path that the shell casings take. It's kind of interesting. The more modern one, single action, but with the standard 1911 thumb safety. When it works, most things don't always. On this older one, the thumb safety does not work. It's just a purely cosmetic molded in piece. It has no safety. Now, frankly, I don't use the safety on a lot of these anyway because I don't trust them because they're not that well made. But still, it's a little weird not having that, I guess. It does normally work. The general mechanism with the hammer and the firing pin seems about the same. Grips are obviously a little bit different. They're both wood, but these are kind of flat slabs. Got a good texture to them, but yeah, a little different from the more rounded style. That's a threaded thing instead of a pin. Again, just weird things about the way it's constructed. This older one just wasn't made as much the same way as the real one. Now check this out. When the slide moves, and you can do slide lock on both of these, when the slide moves, it doesn't... There's a section on the bottom here that should be one with the slide, but it's not. So like on the newer one, as you can see, as with most 1911s, the back, what sticks out is just the barrel. But with this older one, you've also got the bottom of the frame sticking out. How weird is that? And that, I guess, explains some of the construction with these screws on the frame there. I guess that's holding that together because you can see it's a separate piece. That's just, it's funky. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. Just another way in which it's different from a real gun, which, when you're trying to get permission to make something and have it not legally count as a real firearm and not be readily convertible, I guess makes sense. But, it's a little bit weird. In that half a second when it's firing, most people aren't going to be watching closely enough to notice that. Top vent tends to be for live theater, not for film anyway. So no one's going to be pausing or watching it back in slow motion to see that part sticks out, but it's still a little weird. Anyway, different types. Honestly, I don't use these blank guns that much anymore. A lot of folks have been transitioning away from blanks, especially post-rust, which is, a little sad because used right, they can be perfectly safe. Just same as driving a car or anything else that, you do it wrong, people can get hurt. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane, look good doing it, and I'll see you next time.